Yeah.
Hello, hello. Can kind of hear myself. I can hear myself pretty good now.
Hey, does your headset ears need to come up any? Let her talk to you and see.
I can hear her. I can hear her.
Okay, can you hear me okay? You're not. I'm not like I'm yelling at you or anything. Okay, talk loud like you normally would again. See if you're yelling at me.
Touchdown!
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Now that music was the only thing that was super loud, so which means it'll be loud in the feed. Yeah, probably not much more than right about there. Yeah, you can hear it. I mean, you can tell. Yeah. Okay, so run. You can mute that, hit a commercial, or fade that down. Hit a commercial, let him hear the commercial. You just came across it.
Mm-hmm. I heard it. I don't hear hardly anything.
Unmute the commercial.
I hear something happening.
Nope. Next one over. There it is.
Now we're rocking. Feel like I'm at a concert.
Okay, and I'm gonna listen to it on the feed and see how loud
The
it is.
crowd surf during these
Be sure you know
commercials.
what's below and call 811 before you dig.
Show your Tiger spirit everywhere you go with the Bank of Cushing Tiger Card. Every swipe helps support Cushing Public Schools for those everyday purchases that make life so much easier. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, at the gym, at the doctor's office, or taking your pet to the vet. Use the best-looking debit card in Cushing. It's a killer way to support Cushing Public Schools. Show your spirit with the Tiger Card from Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Hello, Whitney. How
Hello,
are you?
John. So here's the proposal packet for the new mobile app.
As long as I'm running this thing, there ain't gonna be no mobile app.
Introducing the new mobile app, making your banking experience even easier. It's so easy, even John can use it. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
We have a help tab if you need help. We will have.
Yep, I'm pretty good at this.
You are good at this.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska. wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
Show your Tiger spirit everywhere you go with the Bank of Cushing Tiger Card. Every swipe helps support Cushing Public Schools for those everyday purchases that make life so much easier. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, at the gym, at the doctor's office, or taking your pet to the vet. Use the best-looking debit card in Cushing. It's a killer way to support Cushing Public Schools. Show your spirit with the Tiger Card from Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Well, hello, Whitney. How
Hello,
are you?
John. So here's the proposal packet for the new mobile app.
As long as I'm running this thing, there ain't gonna be no mobile app.
Introducing the new mobile app, making your banking experience even easier. It's so easy, even John can use it. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
We have a help tab if you need help. We will have...
Oh, me help, I'm pretty good at this.
You are good at this.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
Show your Tiger spirit everywhere you go with the Bank of Cushing Tiger Card. Every swipe helps support Cushing Public Schools for those everyday purchases that make life so much easier. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, at the gym, at the doctor's office, or taking your pet to the vet. Use the best-looking debit card at Cushing. It's a killer way to support Cushing Public Schools. Show your spirit with the Tiger Card from Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Well, hello, Whitney. How
Hello,
are you?
John. So here's the proposal packet for the new mobile app.
As long as I'm running this thing, there ain't gonna be no mobile app.
Introducing the new mobile app, making your banking experience even easier. It's so easy, even John can use it. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
We have a help tab if you need help. We will have...
I won't need help. I'm pretty good at this.
You are good at this.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank, serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
Show your Tiger spirit everywhere you go with the Bank of Cushing Tiger Card. Every swipe helps support Cushing Public Schools for those everyday purchases that make life so much easier. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, at the gym, at the doctor's office, or taking your pet to the vet. Use the best-looking debit card in Cushing. It's a killer way to support Cushing Public Schools. Show your spirit with the Tiger Card from Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tiger Football Live here on the Hub Network, and this is our Plains Pipeline pregame countdown as we're getting ready to face Tulsa McLean School of Science and Technology. Is that right? That's right. So I don't hear you there. All right.
No.
So James Caulfield joined by Travis Peary, and you can see Bruce over there in the background as we get things started. The band's getting out on the band. Say if on the field, if you're watching tonight, I want you to be aware that we will be showing the entire band show at halftime. So you can see the whole thing, hear the whole thing. Be sure and stick around for that. Travis, here we go. McLean's coming to town, and I think we are actually going to do the national anthem. So, folks, we'll take a break from us. We'll get on the flag right here and be right back to you.
And Dylan Mayo. Under the direction of Danny White and a CHS marching band, let's take this opportunity to pay tribute to the Stars and Stripes of America with the playing of our national anthem, followed by Oklahoma and our CHS fight song.
All right, folks, to bring us back, we heard the national anthem there. Sorry about that. We thought we had things started right, and in typical James Caulfield fashion there, it's a little early. So, Travis, here we are, Tulsa McLean, a beautiful night. The wind is blowing lightly out there, and Cushing comes off a great win last week against a top-ranked team in the state, Wagner.
Well, and there's a lot of things to be excited about coming off of last week's win. Of course, Wagner being considered a powerhouse in the state football rankings, and as you said, being highly ranked last week, coming to Cushing, and the Tigers just putting on an unforgettable performance both on offense and on defense, and most impressively, probably mostly on defense, with just complete shutout of the Wagner offense. And for those that don't realize, Wagner went just here a few years ago 3-time state champion back to back to back. So, and they've been a formidable force since then. So,
you know, I had a lot of people come to me last week and act like, well, Wagner really wasn't that great. They really weren't all they were touted to be. And I need people to know Wagner is that good. Wagner is a very good team. That just looks it shows you how good Cushing was. And for the first time, everyone's got to recognize not only Cushing's offense, but their defense, as you said, is top-notch in the state.
Well, that's exactly right. And just take case in point, Riley Matheson last week, 21 tackles.
Yeah.
There's not very many high school athletes in the state that'll pull off 21 tackles in one game. add to that other defensive elements, other defensive players, including interior linemen, that all contributed their part in the shutout.
Yeah.
And even right down to the last second of the game, the backup players, younger players were still doing everything they could in their effort to keep it a shutout, just for prideful purposes. And that defensive performance was definitely top notch. And to your point as well, anybody that was to look at Cushing's season thus far, they might think to themselves that with the lopsided victories that these teams just aren't any good. And that certainly, in my opinion as well, is not the case. People need to understand that it takes preparation and it takes week in and week out discipline in order to really handle good opponents. And that's what Cushing has faced. Perkins is still ranked in Class 3A, and Bristow's still ranked in doing well in their district. Wagner will continue to do well in this district. These teams that Cushing looks like they're handling, I say it goes to preparation and the play of the players on the field. And they are beating worthy opponents and will continue to try to do so week in and week out.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And it's not just that, but the coaching staff. There's just seems to be a different mentality. And we talked about this last year. The talent was there. The talent is there. And they should be looking at a state run this year. And the coaching staff, they are keeping everybody prepared, keeping everybody in the week, in the moment, playing this week, playing this moment. And the Tulsa McLean is one of those teams that comes in tonight, especially with all of the hype that's going on. It'd be easy for a team like Cushing to lay down on a night like this, and for a team like McLean to jump out and surprise you. They've got a bunch of talented players on their team, but it seems like week in and week out, that's not happening. The Tigers seem to be mentally tough this year.
Yeah, and for those that don't really do much research as far as the sports in the papers and keep up with it, McLean is currently tonight second place in this district.
Yeah.
And they come off of a forfeit last week in which they were able to come and witness the game here. Two opponents, us this week and Wagner later in the year, that they will face. However, they've had a good year so far this year, and just being second in this district, they're coming in with a lot of athletes, and they're going to try to do exactly that. Some would say surprise Cushing. I contend that with the preparation and determination of the players and the coaching staff, Cushing is preparing every week, week in and week out, to make whoever they face the next foe that goes down. To that end, the Tigers have some offensive weapons that McLean will have to contend with. And a couple of those, for example, Noah Jones is averaging 117.7 yards per game rushing, and Berlowitz is averaging 303.7 yards passing per game. And Berlowitz is leading the state, and Jones and Crooks are all over the state rankings in touchdown scores and passing yards and things of that nature. So McLean will come in with those same statistics and have a game plan to try to put a stop to that, and the Tigers have to come in prepared to continue to do what they do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I'm looking across the field here trying to get all the numbers. The captains are fixing to come out and see who's coming out for McLean. You've got number 6, Jonte Timms. You've got number 11, Dennis Nolan. You've got number 15, Aaron Smith. Number 23, Kevin Yarbrough. And number 64, Jordan Robertson, looks like on that side. And then for Cushing, of course, you've got Camden Crooks. You've got Lane, not to be confused with Tyler Yon. And, folks, I have made that mistake all year long, and I'm sorry. I'm going to get it right tonight. It's Lane Yount out there. And, Lane, I'm sorry, but you're going to hate your poor uncle. And then number 64, Brody Todd. Got number 1, Blaze Berlowitz. Number 33, Riley Matheson. And number 23, Noah Jones. And your main captains, of course, Crooks, Berlowitz, Yount, and Todd.
Just as we start to kind of wrap up the Plains pregame show, I would like to just talk briefly about the shakeup in the state last week as the Tigers were handling Wagner here at home. Several things were happening across the state, and kind of shook up the top 5. The Tigers looking at staying on top right now in Class 4A rankings. However, Tuttle, previously ranked number 2, falls to number 5 with a loss, moving Podo up to number 2 from number 3. And Elk City, an opponent the Tigers may remember from a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
In a surprise, putting the Tigers out of the playoffs early. They come from number 5 up to number 3. They're still lurking around. And Bethany from number 6 up to number 4. So the top 5 still looking very strong across the state. And as you look at other state rankings, you see lots of undefeated teams in the top 6 or 7 spots. But that just goes to show you that in Class 4A, it's tough,
right.
And you may not be undefeated, and you may have a loss here or there. The question is, can you build off that loss? Can you continue to get better? Because the only time it matters is when you hit playoffs, first making the playoffs, second hitting the playoffs, and peaking at that right time.
Hey, I want to mention, last week I said it would be Poto number 2 and Elk City number 3, number 4. I thought they're going to be right around there somewhere, and those are the teams to watch out for. Since the beginning of the season, that's who I've had my eyes on. Later on down the road, that's going to be Cushing's toughest competition in the state. And as you said, 4A is a stacked group in the state of Oklahoma. So all the surprises can happen, though. And Tuttle found out last week, as I believe it was Bethany, knocked them off last week. And once again, an opponent that they probably thought they were going to handle pretty easily.
And Blanchard's still around. Clinton, Weatherford's still around, as it goes on and on. Opponents that the Tigers have been familiar with in the past 4 or 5 years. And now that we're in this district, some different opponents. And, of course, this east side of the state, it's a very tough class. And right now the Tigers sit where they sit. But they know as well as we know, and Tiger fans know, it's a long path to get from here to there. Yeah. It's 1 week at a time. And tonight, in 1 minute, it will be the Tigers taking on the McLean Titans.
So McLean comes in here. They've got they come with a record of 3-3. They've lost to Central. They've lost to Booker T. Washington. They won against Memorial 36-27. They won against Catoosa 34-20. They lost against Miami 19-18, and they beat Cleveland in a forfeit. So that kind of puts them in a different shape. And once again, as you look across the field, you see the problem that Tulsa McLean always has is they've always got talent. They just can't get enough players out there, it seems like, to really field a good team.
Well, and I think that I read something this week. Coach Chisholm is a product of the Tulsa Public School system and is very familiar with schools and teams up in that area. And, he completely relates to all the different schools and what they do and how they prep and just the traditions there. McLean has a couple of state championships, I believe 3 possibly from back over the years in the 80s and the late 70s. So the community in that school system certainly aware of what it takes. And I've seen some other publicity on some players even in the past few years that have declared for the NFL draft and went on to schools like Alabama and other places. So athletes, not a question. Yeah. They're going to come and they're going to bring a game tonight, and it'll be really, really something to see the Tigers and what they can do week in and week out. And
all right,
it's
folks.
getting ready to get started right
Tigers
here tonight.
Get started. That's been our Plains Pipeline pregame countdown. Appreciate you joining us here. We're going to go full screen here and let you see the Tigers come rolling out as we get things underway. And, man, I have enjoyed watching the Tigers this year.
One thing that the Tigers have, and we talk about it when we start to talk about the Blue Sky Bank big play of the week. And, we and I have talked about how tough it is to find one sometimes because there's so many in an explosive offense or special teams or the defense creating a turnover or a pick six. It's happening week in and week out, and that is what makes the Tigers exciting to watch. And we might just mention on that note, last week's big Blue Sky Bank big play of the week was Noah Jones, 89-yard run to the house, not his house, but our house, right from the 11-yard line all the way to the end zone, and Crooks and Yount and some of those out on that wing, sealing off that block. And that's what's great about running trips to one side or the other. Now we've seen the Tigers run patterns out of that. We've seen them run a quick route over the middle out of that, and we've seen them go deep out of that, and now we've seen them run out of that. That gets tough to deal with, and we'll see what McLean can do tonight.
That's one of those things that we saw a highlight. I believe Ryan Kennedy did the highlight from the sideline, and we could see it up here how Noah just waited and let his blockers develop and waited that last blocker hit, which I think was Crooks. He hits it, and Noah hits another gear and takes off. It was a perfect play, but, man, it looked good from down on the sidelines.
It did, and at that point in the game, it was early in the second quarter, first play, I think, from line of scrimmage. Here's the kickoff. That'll be taken at the 20 by Yount. He'll work his way to the right side, find some running room, finds a seam, and gets to the sideline. He's at midfield and gets pushed out of bounds, eventually pushed out by, I believe, number 60, Tyrone Gordon. There are, and you and I were kind of counting it up a little bit before the game, around 7 seniors, 13 juniors, and 11 sophomores on this Titan team. And I expect to see a mixture of sophomores, juniors, and senior talent for McLean tonight. Tigers will start from the McLean 47-yard line. Barlowitz has split wide receivers, 2 to each side. Jones in the backfield. Barlowitz will take the snap right around the 48. See the Tigers come right out with a running game again. Jones has room and makes his way inside the 30, still on his feet. Fighting for extra yards down to the 21.
Now right there we have a bit of a low snap, and Barlowitz handles it well, doesn't get rattled, still makes the exchange well, and Noah Jones does everything from there, getting behind that really good offensive line of the Tigers, taking the gap and then making the miss after that.
Now the Tigers set in the tight trips formation, pitches out to Jones around the left side, inside the 20, inside close to the 15, maybe the 17-yard line. Taken down by number 22, Keegan Chambers. Chambers listed as a sophomore. The Tigers run this up-tip offense when they work off a positive action and positive plays to just keep that momentum, keep that defense working backwards. And you mentioned the interior line opening up these 2 holes now for Jones thus far. The nice thing about an interior line like the Tigers have is it's not just 5 guys, it's a group of 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Trent's, working their way in and out, rotating. There's the pass to the right side. Yount with the reception makes a move, gets inside the 10, and that'll be good for a Tiger first down and 10.
Lane Yount there with the first down for the Tigers does a nice job of making the first tackle miss and then get the extra yards for that first down.
Had he not just done a little shimmy shake there, he would have been just short of the first down. Not the case. It'll be spotted at the 9-yard line, first down and goal. Tigers mixing it up with the run and the pass thus far. Jones in motion.
Another low snap.
That pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! That pass to number 11, Brady Matheson.
Brady Matheson does a good job of staying in. Like that could have easily drifted him out, but he stays in, gets the touchdown, gets his feet down for the touchdown for the Tigers. And, wow, here we go.
Now, Tiger offense coming out and striking, not on a big play, on a very methodical, well-thought-out process of working their way down the field, using some of the clock. We're at 10 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Tigers have struck first. Matheson gets set to kick the extra point. And it will be up, and it will be good. Tigers have a 7-0 lead over the McLean Titans with 10-11 remaining in the first quarter.
Hey, as they make that first touchdown, I want to talk a little bit about the schedule. So we've got McLean tonight. We can see the schedule here on the screen. Cleveland next Friday night, we go to Cleveland. And so that'll be one you want to check into and see what's happening there. Cleveland, a team that has struggled all season long. Then we come back to home for Oologah. You can see we go off again for our last game of the season is going to be away at Skiatook. And that'll be on November the 4th.
So there's just 3 games left in the regular season.
Yeah.
And the Tigers looking poised, but setting themselves up to go into the playoffs. And, again, you don't want to peak too early as long as you're building towards everything all year. And one of the things that was really nice about that touchdown pass, speaking on building and getting better, Matheson was covered. He had a defender. Berlowitz put the ball just in the right spot for Matheson to turn around and go up and get it at just the right time that the defensive player never had a chance. Matheson with the kick. That'll be taken around the 10-yard line, maybe the 11. He'll be hit and tackled almost immediately. Riley Matheson, the kicker. Dennis Nolan, I believe, was the return.
Yeah. Not very often do teams have their best linebacker as also their kicker.
Yeah, yeah. And we talk about, the 21 tackles last week. You go out and you talk about special teams as well, and you don't see, what would you say, heat-seeking missiles very often on special teams. But Matheson plays that role, and he plays it well. Spot the ball at the 22-yard line, and the Titans will start first down and 10. Their first possession of the game at quarterback, Jonte Timms, number 6. He has 2 wide receivers split both sides, single running back in the backfield. The pass intercepted. Yount in for the touchdown.
And, Yount, Lane did it again. Lane Yount does a great job of reading it there, but really what fumbles that up is Riley Matheson right in the face of the quarterback, and he just has to let it go blindly, and Lane Yount picks that up, gets a touchdown for the Tigers.
So big play after big play has been the story, and thus far, anyway, 9:59 remaining in the first quarter. In just a few seconds, the Tigers come right out with a big defensive play. And credit Yount with the touchdown, but credit several Tigers for making that play happen. Timms was just trying to get a good pass off. He had a lane, but the Tiger defense shut that down, and Yount came up with the ball. The kick is up and good, 14-0, just under 10 minutes.
Yeah, just under 10 minutes, and the Tigers are on a roll. Want to mention Davis Dental Studio, Rebecca Davis, DDS, cosmetic dentistry, crowns, bridges, teeth whitening, comprehensive dentistry, implant restorations, and Botox. Ever call 918-225-1356 or visit them at 1330 East 9th Street in Cushing. DavisDentalStudio.com. That's my dentist. So RCB at the half, and this week I'll remind everybody that RCB at the half will be highlighting the band, and so you'll be able to see the entire band program, hear the entire band program, and then at the end of that we'll get all of the stats from votes, notes. So stick around for that. But RCB Bank, finance your personal and business needs with us. Connect with us at rcbbank.com or 855bank.rcb. That's RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Hey, I'd be right there with you.
Beep, 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 beep. There you go. Little Porky Pig for those of you who remember him.
Looks like Matheson getting set to kick again from his own 40-yard line. He's using his short windup. 2-3 steps, boots it. That one's going to go a little deeper and possibly, yes, indeed, out of the back of the end zone.
It's catching.
Yeah, that's right. So the Titans will start first down, this time from their own 20-yard line. And that is, these 2 quick plays back-to-back, one of the things you have to ask yourself is, whenever you are in an athletic event and somebody comes out and just methodically scores on you, then bam, just turns right around and scores again, it's all of a sudden 14-0. The trick is possibly to keep things in perspective. It's a long game. Chip away at it. Make the things you know how to do happen. Of course, on the flip side of that is the Tigers wanting to make sure nothing happens, that they stay in control. Nonetheless, with this first down, Timms will remain at quarterback. Again, 2 wide receivers both sides. Handoff straight ahead. Small opening. Nolan, the ball carrier. Yount in on the stop. Look like no gain on the play. Will bring up second down. Probably the most impressive thing about a lot of these plays defensively is that the Tiger defense is quick to react. Yount and Matheson coming from linebacker positions are right there at the line of scrimmage to plug up a hole. Oftentimes before a running back ever has a chance to get across the line of scrimmage, he's on the ground. This time trips to the far side. Tim's back to pass. Passes out to the tight end, I believe.
I believe you're right, number 15.
Aaron Smith.
Yep.
On the coverage, ace right for the Tigers. Incomplete pass brings up third down.
McLean really struggling to find their footing here. That pass looked pretty good. Kind of threaded the line there as he threw the pass. Instead of going over it, went right through it. Just a little bit in front of the receiver there.
Timms, he looks like he in pregame and what, he can make nice passes down the field, left side, right side. Once we get into action, he looks a little undersized. Now, that can work to a player's advantage or disadvantage. Here he is back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and he'll get out across the 20, but he only gains about a yard as Brady Matheson, fills that hole.
The younger Matheson.
Takes Timms out of bounds after maybe a yard. We'll call it a 1.5 yard, maybe 2 yard gain. That'll bring up 4th down and 8. And the Titans getting set to a punt position with Tyrone Gordon back to punt. And Crook standing near midfield, set to return. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. The Tigers getting set to receive the punt. Little mishandle gets the punt away, but it will be down at the 45-yard line, just inside the 45-yard line. That's where the Tigers will begin, 1st down and 10.
Brody Berlowitz had a chance to really get his hands on that one, lets that one go through. As the Tigers are going to start with a short field this time. And again, as they're leading 14-0 here in the first quarter. This one could get out of hand very quickly, just like the Catoosa game. And I look if it does for Coach to start bringing in those replacement players in the third quarter like he did at Catoosa. But we'll see how this changes. You know, you never know about football. Momentum can shift very quickly.
And as we've talked about many times, as Berlowitz goes back to pass and now scrambles, he'll make that play happen with his feet as he does throw, and it's intercepted.
Did I mention momentum can shift quickly?
That's exactly right. Eventually taken down, I believe, by Yount.
And Crooks.
It's going to be Mikey McCombs, a junior defensive back. So Berlowitz throws that one under a little bit of duress, under a little bit of pressure. Had his man, however, the ball was shut off. The wide receiver was coming back for it, but the defensive player was able to get there quicker.
The Ollie was pursuing him from the opposite side, and I mean was trying to get there and just about did. Berlowitz getting rid of it just a little bit sooner than I think and didn't have his feet set. And there you go, interception.
Those get to be tricky plays and exactly what the Titans were hoping to do. They now go back to 2 wide receivers both sides, pass to the left side, caught, then dropped.
You want to make those mistakes on a night like tonight and not on a night where it could really cost you later on.
Jones in good coverage. Looked like, well, he's got his shirt tucked. It might be Mikey McCombs again. Number 13 on that far side. Yeah, his back of his shirt's not tucked. That's McCombs, and he had caught, then dropped that. Otherwise, Jones was there for the stop. Plays like that can turn into double moves later on in the game as well. Have to be cautious of that. This time pass to the right side, very quick. It goes to the turf. That pass intended for Nia Parker. Again, the Titans come out, look like they have some size up front, look like they have some very athletic wide receivers both sides. Just because the Tiger defense is so pressing, they've had to hurry themselves a little bit. Tigers certainly hoping to keep that press on all night long. It's resulted in another situation as this, 3rd and 10. The most positive yards the Titans have had thus far has just been a quarterback scramble, stepping up in the pocket and gaining a few yards. Tim's back to pass, throws one up and misread, or miscommunication, rather.
Yeah. I think that 13 ran the wrong route. I think he was supposed to run a go route because he turns around the sideline and puts his hands up like, oh, what?
Yeah, timing pattern. The ball might have been there. It looked a little overthrown possibly. How would we know? McCombs was covered by Jones, and the minute he stopped to come back and run his route, Jones was with him, but the ball was on a different route. And, you know, if you don't get on the right route, you don't end up in the right place.
So I've been told.
That is certainly the case on that play. So Gordon back to punt once again. Better snap this time. Takes a step and gets a wobbly punt. Now will be taken by Crooks at midfield. He'll make his way down the far side, close to the 32-yard line.
Crooks pauses just enough to secure the catch, and then he's gone.
Yeah, he turned on the gas pretty quick on that. He saw a seam and just went for it. Maybe to help the chain gang. They're not going to have to move very much as the Tigers will take over possession at the Titan 29-yard line, very close to where the Titans left off on their possession. So just about the same return as what the punt netted. The Tigers will come out, 2 wide receivers both sides. Berlowitz with Jones in the backfield. There's the snap. Berlowitz to pass. Looks downfield, fires right side. Jones on the run, gets the caught. And down inside near the 5-yard line. Maybe mark it at the 6. That tackle and coverage by Omar Washington But a nice route by Jones.
You know, I just can't say enough about how precise Blaze Berlowitz is at this level. I know he's a senior, but in high school, to be as precise as he is, like when he gets his feet set, it's on the numbers.
Yeah, he fires it in there too. Jones tries the right side on a running play, and he tries to fight for a couple more. The ball was placed at the 6, first down and goal. He might have got inside the 5, looks close to inside the 5. Gain of a couple on the play brings up second down and goal from the 4.
Two things involved in that with Berlowitz is, one, his height. He's got a great field of vision because of his height and that super strong arm that he has. But, man, credit Noah Jones, he never even backed off, just stayed in stride, trusted it. Crooks was in motion.
Yeah, this handoff to Jones up the middle. He's in for the touchdown, Tigers.
Nice little Andy Reid misdirection there as Crooks goes in motion, but handoff immediately to Jones, and that's where they were going the whole time.
You know, I know as fast as the Tigers play, we don't get always a chance to say everything we want to say, but I wanted to add to what you were saying because I'm glad you brought it up. The strength of Berlowitz's arm and his size. And Jones runs that route out of the backfield. It's kind of a wheel route. Comes out and goes down the sideline. So the timing is everything. So Jones' speed, Berlowitz's arm, it all gets taken, you know, on that matching and that pairing comes up in practice. Defense never knew what hit him, and that set up that touchdown by Jones. Jones averaging, I think, 15 points a game, gets 6 there. And the extra point by Matheson's good. 6:47 remaining first quarter. Tigers out 21-0.
Another one of our anchor sponsors this year is Ortho Oklahoma. They sponsor the Ortho Oklahoma game wrap-up. On-site imaging, including Stillwater's only open MRI for sports medicine, orthopedic surgery, spine surgery, total joint replacement. You can visit Ortho Oklahoma at www.orthooklahoma.com or 511 South Windsor Drive in Stillwater. Give them a call, 405-707-0900. That's Ortho Oklahoma.
Could say you go in there and have a spine time.
Spine tingling time. Or maybe if you got a spine tingling, you go in there. Stop that spine tingling time.
Most definitely.
Something like that.
Matheson will kick off from his own 40. As the Tiger special teams has been up to par the past several games. Matheson has those two styles of kicking. He'll either go with a short step and kick it deep or a long step and kick it deep. That one's the short one.
Yeah.
It'll be taken at the 10. Yount in pursuit. Hilligoss there, and they will catch him. That's going to be Nolan again on the return. A decent return. We'll spot the ball around the 22, 23-yard line. That's where the Titans will take over. First down and 10.
I'm trying to think who else, number 8. That 8 and 9 always threw me off. McHugh Tate was over there, and he kind of slowed everything up for Hilligoss and Yount to get there and make the tackle. Kind of jammed everything up over there on that side.
Yeah, we talk about that effort all the time from the Tigers on defense, offense. It takes every person doing their job, and that's, you know, one thing, ripple affects another, and that's what allows plays. That's why they call it a team sport.
Hey, dumb question. Is it Kiowa or Kiowa?
I say Kiowa, but I'm not sure.
We'll go with what you say, and that way, if it's wrong, you can be wrong.
That happens a lot. Tim's pressure in the backfield does get the pass off. So it'll go down as an incomplete pass, as there was wide receivers this direction. Looked like maybe Zane Hill in on the pursuit.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they're not going to call. They're going to call him down, it looks like. So Bruce is telling us before he was able to let go of it, his knee was down, so that'll pin the Titans back at the 13-yard line. Brings up second down, 22.
For those of you who don't know, when Bruce is keeping stats, he's also got his binoculars on, keeping us informed about what's going on as well. Seems that he can see better with those binoculars than we can with our not-so-naked eyes. Because you have glasses and I have glasses.
Yeah, 4 eyes put together doesn't help.
I've had bifocals since I was like 27 years old, and some doctors, you're going to have to switch to a little bit more. And I go, oh, like trifocals? He goes, no, you're going to have 5 different levels in there. Like, what? So that's what happens when you get old, fellas. Start adding them on.
You just start, seeing a pair of binoculars and thinking, I think I could put something to hold that on my head. Tim's with the snap out to the left side. That pass incomplete. Hilligoss on the coverage. Pass was intended for Parker.
You have to wonder if there's a little bit of an intimidation factor. They come in here against this really good Cushing Tiger team, and they're not making the connections. Like, he's out there. He's open, and they're just not making the connection. You got to think if they could make those connections. This is not a bad team.
No, and I look for that to happen as well because, they travel, and they didn't get here extremely early, and they get off the bus. I mean, there could be a little getting the kinks out here in the first quarter. And the games they've lost by very few points. 1 point loss at one point, maybe a 6-point loss at another. They're not getting blown out. And in this case, they're going to take a timeout on the field. Timeout Titans.
We can take that timeout if you want to and hear from some of our sponsors. We actually have our commercials up and going, so we'll take that timeout and be right back after this.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Hello, Whitney. How are you?
John. So here's the proposal packet for the new mobile app.
As long as I'm running this thing, there ain't gonna be no mobile app.
Introducing the new mobile app, making your banking experience even easier. It's so easy, even John can use it.
Welcome back to Tiger Football Live here on the Hub Network in Cushing. Glad you're joining us as Tigers leading 21-0 with 5 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first quarter.
Matheson on a stunt, almost gets Timms in the end zone. Timms escapes, eventually taken down by, look at the wrong side, Zane Hill. But nonetheless, gets back out to maybe near the original line of scrimmage.
Is Heisler on that as well?
So Gordon will get set to punt, this time standing in his own end zone, and Crooks has moved up to the Titan 35-yard line. We were talking a little bit during the break that, whenever you have a week off, that can be a benefit, and it can be something that can work against you. Crooks takes that around the 32. He finds his way to the sideline and the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Just like that, I think the defender was waiting for Crooks to signal fair, and he didn't signal fair catch. He just takes it and goes, and the defender's right there, but just can't get him. Can't get him down. He wraps him up, but Crooks gets out of it, and another touchdown for the Tigers with still 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Javonte McCassell, he's listed as a freshman, and that'll be a play that he was in position for and actually got his hands on Crooks briefly. However, as we've seen week in and week out, it takes more than one usually to take Crooks down, and his strength and conditioning pays off. So Matheson set to kick the point after. Up, looks good. And is good with 4:43 remaining in the first quarter. Tigers 28, Titans 0.
All right, I want to talk about another one of our sponsors, Blue Sky Bank, your hometown bank. They do two things for us. Number one, they sponsor the post-game interview with Coach Morgan. And I know a lot of you really appreciate that. I really appreciate him taking the time to do that. But they also sponsor the Blue Sky Bank Big Tiger Play. So every week we pick a Big Tiger Play, and then they are investing back into the program when they do that. It's not just us making a call, it's them investing back into the program. So Blue Sky Bank, your hometown bank, we appreciate them and all they do for Tiger Football Live. Also, Oklahoma Credit Union. You can join today and experience the member difference. Mobile app, co-op, shared branches, lower loan rates, higher dividends and deposits, lower fees. Join today, Oklahoma Credit Union. And then Matherly Davis Funeral Home. Every life has a story. Give them a call at 918-225-3103 or 402 East Broadway Street in Cushing. Matherly Davis Funeral Home. Tell Brent, Tanner, Pat, I sent you.
Matheson will get set to kick from his own 40 once again. Short stepping, kicks it deep. Nolan on the return around the 6-yard line. He'll try that left side again. Makes his way out near the 20-yard line. He'll be taken down by Yount. Yount's been on several of these special team plays tonight.
Yeah.
And I believe he comes from this far side of the field as well.
Did.
So, I mean, he's really showing his speed and athleticism, which we see all the time, just not always on special teams. Nonetheless, spot the ball at the McLean, just short of the McLean 21-yard line. First down and 10. That's where the Titans will begin. 4.5 minutes remaining first quarter. Tigers have started out with 4 scores, 2 on offense and 2 on defense. You thought I was going to say 4 scores in 7 years ago, didn't you?
I did.
Been practicing that speech.
Been practicing, huh?
Here's a quick run from the left to the right side. And that'll be sniffed out, taken down for a loss. Matheson from the linebacker position. Gets in the backfield, drops that one for about a 3-yard loss. Spot the ball back at the Titan 13-yard line. What penalty flags the officials will visit about.
Personal foul, face mask against the Tigers.
So the Titans will catch a first down on that one. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down. And their best field position of the night so far.
You know, they don't tell us who it is like in college or especially in professionals. They call out the number, and so I always try to look and see and guess who it is and look who's looking sheepish. I don't ever say it on the air, but I like to have my own speculation. And
I was going to say, look for the head shake.
That's exactly. Someone going, I know, they're holding his hands up. I didn't do it, Coach. It wasn't me. I didn't mean to.
So I guess from the spot of the foul, it only moves the ball. It's still short of the first down. It moves it to the 28-yard line. It remains first down. Maybe 3-4 yards to go. Here's a handoff, and it's immediately snuffed out. Fighting for extra yards is Nolan. The original contact was in the backfield by Zane Hill. Yount and I believe Horn in on cleaning that one up. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play brings up second down and 2. Ball spotted at the Titan 29-yard line. Tim's back to work with trips to the far side. But he looks right side. And another possible miscommunication on the route. That was intended again for McCombs.
Let me put it this way. So this route, he passed for what would have been the route last time, and then this time it's a go route when he's passing a short route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they flip-flop those, then, hey, both of those are good plays.
And as they get together on that, it could be a signal from the sideline. It's just misinterpreted by one because you're right. It was exactly opposite of what was called, and there was no intention at all. He was running a good route. It's just that what the quarterback was doing and what the wide receiver was doing were two different things. McCombs certainly appears to be one of Tim's favorite receivers, and he's on the near side. Trips to the far side, and the pass goes to the far side. Might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. That pass intended for Parker. Incomplete pass. Looked like Crooks and Yount in the area on the coverage. Bring up a 4th down and 2 from the 29-yard line. And Gordon back to punt once again. Crooks now standing in Tiger territory around the 43-yard line. Tigers getting set to return this one. Not a real heavy block scheme of any sort. Crooks will field around the 40. Waits patiently for a block or two. Finds the sideline. Turns on the speed. Gets up the sideline. Could go all the way. One guy to beat. And touchdown, Tigers.
You know, what that one guy to beat was not going to take him down anyway. He didn't have the size or the angle to bring him down. So as Crooks blazes in for that touchdown, the Tigers now extend their lead 34-0 over McLean.
And as we mentioned, Crooks fields out around the 40 and immediately starts looking, head on a swivel, left to right, watching what the blockers. Before it was even punted, we made note that, there was no big rush. It was meant to be blocked. meaning that they were going to block for the return, not try to block the punt. And that's exactly what the Tigers. So you can credit that touchdown to Crooks, but really, again, team effort.
All about
everybody
those blocks.
doing their job when they were supposed to, where they were supposed to. Crooks just waited for it to open up, and then he turned on the Jets.
Yeah.
Matheson for the point after.
People that don't understand football don't get that. Like, it really is one of those things that, man, it's about being patient and waiting for those blocks. Another one of our fine sponsors this year is Broken Arrow Electric Company. Full Line Electrical Supply is a full-line electrical materials supplier to the residential, commercial, industrial, and OEM markets. That's Broken Arrow Electric. Branch phone 918-258-3581. Also want to mention Frontier Bowl, Family Fun Center at 525 East Pine in Cushing, 918-225-2413, or frontierbowl.com, located a quarter mile north on Highway 33 on Highway 18. And, man, they got pizza. They got all kinds of fun. And that picture you can see right there, it looks like they got some nighttime bowling going on, some glow bowl or whatever they call that. Good time at Frontier Bowl. Give them a visit. And we'll pick this one up next time. All right. Back to action here, and if you've played football, you understand how important the blocks are, and, you know, it's easy to look out there. If you've never played, you go, oh, man, like Crooks is doing that all by himself, but he knows he's got to have those blocks. He's steady, he waits, and as soon as they develop, he's gone and gets in behind them. And nobody makes a team. It's all 11 players out there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. As Matheson gets set to kick this one off from the 40, he'll kick that one a little shorter. This time it will be taken by Parker. Parker tries to return on the left side also. The Tigers bottle that one up right around the 27-yard line before Parker is taken down.
Hey, I want to mention something. Whenever I was in high school, just getting in high school actually, the year before, we went 0-10. Did not win one game at Branson, Missouri. And this is where coaching makes a difference. Get a new coach the very next year with a less talented, less strength and size on the team. We go into districts. The next year we're playing for the state championship. Wow. So 2 years later. And so I want everybody to know just what a difference and what a great coaching staff we have here in Cushing and the difference they're making with these kids. Yeah, we went from 0-10 to number 2 in the state.
That is incredible because you do not hear that happen very often. Certainly, things they make movies about.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I'll tell you the second part of that in a minute.
Timms this time will hand off straight ahead, and Yount on a stunt.
Lane Yount is there, meets him in the backfield, stands him up, and it is done.
Now that handoff to Nolan once again. He didn't have anywhere to go, and the forward momentum will spot the ball at the 24-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play brings up second down 14. So the Titans, even whenever they get a little bit of positive yards, they get a little bit of field positions, just not able to put their offense together. I still contend that a pass or two here or there starts to click. Their offense will start to get a little bit of confidence. 2:16 remaining here in the opening quarter. The Tigers have a 35-0 lead, and here's Timms passing to the left side. That one's caught.
Hey.
And a couple yards. Well, no, it's going to be about a 7-yard gain.
Trying to see who that is, but pretty good ups on that.
Yeah, that might be McCombs, number 13. Yeah. I believe it is. And he'll get out to the 31-yard line. So a gain of about 7 on the play brings up third down and 7. And now the Titans will go with tripped wide receivers to the near side. That's going to be Parker, Washington, and Woodson, which should leave McCombs on the far side by himself. Pass out here to the near side, intended for Washington, Omar Washington.
John Hilligoss reads that one all the way, and I'm not sure he didn't get a hand on it. He definitely got his hand in there. Almost jumped the route.
Yeah, the beauty of those linebacker positions is, they watch what develops in the backfield because there's not a lineman directly over them, and they're reading off the body language of the quarterback. So as he comes up and faces this direction, he's already taken a step or two this way. Out of the corner of his eye, he's noticing those jersey colors, and the minute that ball is launched, he's already moving that direction. He almost jumps the route, as you said. Nonetheless, takes a swat at the ball, possibly getting a finger or two on it, putting the Titans in a punting position here once again. Different punter this time. And this will be the knuckleballer. That'll be taken by Crooks right around the 45-yard line.
He's right. Tackle blocks his guy on the far side. His guy comes up swinging just a little bit, just a little pushing. Like, hey. And you can understand, that is sheer frustration. And it's times like this, I'm glad officials don't call that. Let them play. There is going to be a lot of frustration here. This is a team that's dealing with a lot of frustration just because of almost losing their entire season. Just being glad to be playing right now. So, good no call there.
Berlowitz back to pass, looks near side, has a man, that's Crooks. He'll immediately be met, and a good open field tackle. This time by Parker. He was moving that direction as the pass was caught. He went to the leg knee area and double wrapped up and stayed with it.
Yeah, like you said it, that's a good open field tackle right there. Textbook, doesn't let him go anywhere. I'm trying to see number 3. He was, junior. He's little guy, isn't he?
Here's a stunt by the Titans to the wrong side of the ball, however, would have caused problems. Instead, Jones gets the right side. The line produces a nice hole, and he'll get close to the first down.
That's a prime example of what I've talked about earlier in the season about stunting. Stunting is great if you're on the right gap. It can really cost you if you are not.
In that case, Jones picks up 9, brings up 3rd down and 1. Or rather, picks up about 3. This time the handoff again to Jones. He'll find some running room, eventually taken down there by number 22, Keegan Chambers, a sophomore. Not before the Tigers get a first down and 10. And that'll be the end of our first quarter of play. Tigers lead 35-0, and you're watching it live right here on Hub Network.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank.
Welcome back to Tiger Football Live here on the Hub Network. Appreciate you joining us. And all those fine sponsors, make sure you go and tell them you appreciate free football on your TV, on your smart app, whatever it is. Smart app, smartphone app on your smartphone, something like that.
Everywhere.
And
Anywhere
hey, folks,
and everywhere, that's right.
if we remind you, like if you're watching on Facebook and you're having struggles, make sure you go to YouTube and check it out there. Oh, wow.
That long pass is caught in the end zone and a touchdown. I believe that's Brady Matheson. A flag back here in the backfield.
There's a high probability that this one is coming back.
Now, most of the Tiger offense isn't even questioning themselves.
I believe there was a little bit of what you call holdage on that one. Holding is the call from the official.
Being a spot penalty occurring around the 49-yard line, that's going to back the Tigers up to their own 41-yard line.
Boy, it's a pretty pass, though. And Brody Matheson wide open.
Yeah, nothing but net, right? Wrong sport, but basically the same principle.
Slam dunk?
Yeah, slam dunk. So a replay of first down, this time 25 yards to go. Berlowitz back to pass, looks to the left, then fires right. That's Brady Matheson. He has blockers. That screen is developing and will gain a first down. Matheson will be taken down. Parker in on the stop.
You know, Parker had a chance to strip the ball there as Matheson didn't quite have it tucked under. Doesn't take advantage of it. You know, my wife grew up in Latta, Oklahoma. Basketball, baseball, softball, no football. And so she was having to learn football after we got married, and her son started playing it. She'd watch it get excited. She'd go, get the ball down the court. Yeah. I'd have to go field. Court, field.
And whistle.
And that's a flag.
Be dirty laundry on the field. False start, the infraction being signaled against the Tigers.
So the Tigers make one step forward and, what is that, 5 yards back?
5 yards back. Remain second down. Spots the ball at the 39. Oh, check that 44-yard line. Brings up second down and 12. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Brady Matheson to the near side. Jones in the backfield. Berlowitz, 3-step drop, fires left side, has a man. Ball's knocked away, and that will be recovered by the Titans. Is that Yount on the reception? However, credit the defensive back for reaching in and knocking that away just as Yount turned to make the run.
Yeah, did a good job, and Yount doesn't have it secured. He sees it, recognizes it, and just punches the ball out, which is a textbook what you're supposed to do. So Yount has to sit on that one, and that kind of throws everything off. There's time off, you got to sit and wait, and you know you're going to take a hit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, you just know, you're kind of like, oh, and he turns, and just as he turns, that one is punched out. So here McLean gets the ball back on their second turnover of the night.
Titans will start out from their own 38-yard line. First down and 10 with 2 wide receivers to both sides. Timms looks left, has a man over the middle. That's almost intercepted by Crooks. He's on the coverage at, number 11, Dennis Nolan. He's a junior. And, he went up for that one. It was a good pass. Believe that Crooks being there and getting involved probably let that one go wayward for Nolan. Good defense by the Tigers secondary. This time, Nolan and McCombs will come to the near side of the field. Looks like 2 wide receivers to the far side. Timms looks to the right. It's tipped up, almost wheeled in by Washington. Wasn't sure who tipped on that. It might have been.
I was trying to see, too, maybe Hilligoss?
Maybe Hilligoss. It's oftentimes Berlowitz from the tight end position, but he's on this side. And, of course, as our eyes follow the play and then look back to who's in that position and didn't quite catch who it was. Nonetheless, another good defensive play brings up third down and 10. We've got about just under 11 minutes here remaining in the second quarter. Tim's a work, trip wide receivers to the near side.
Thank you, Carly.
Looking for 10 yards and a first down. Play clock down to 1 as Tim's now under pressure will be sacked for a quarterback loss. Several Tigers coming through on that play. Nice defensive effort by the Tigers as they just swallowed that play pretty much from the start. And that will put the Titans at the 30-yard line and in a punt situation once again.
I lean forward to tell Carly, thank you for bringing us pizza. And I pulled something in my back.
That's never good.
Literally, just leaning forward, got a spasm in my back.
So we need icy hot on the second delivery.
Turns out it's not just the glasses that's a problem getting old.
This is Tony Brown. He punted earlier, and he does again this time. Crooks will take the fair catch, and the Tigers will start from the 42-yard line. I'm going to suggest at 35-0, the Tigers are possibly just taking their foot off the gas.
That's right.
And just getting into using clock management, time management.
Another new sponsor this year, Hard Hat Safety and Glove, www.hardhatsafetyandglove.com. Oklahoma City, 405-942-9500, or Tulsa, 3008. I'm not going to mention them all, but they got all the safety equipment you could need. Hard hat, safety, and equipment.
Berlowitz in the shotgun. He'll look over the middle.
Oh, boy.
Just out of the reach of Yount. So Crooks was on a deep route. Berlowitz was on a deep route. And Yount was over the middle. And Blaze Berlowitz had plenty of time, set his feet, just fired that one just out of the reach of Yount. That middle of the field opens up nicely for the Tigers, and you have to credit the route running that takes those defenders out and away from the middle of the field. Here comes another pass to the middle of the field. Now, that time, Crooks was open on this far side towards the sideline, and he was trying to thread it into Brady Matheson, I believe. But the two defenders in the middle of the field were working their way this way, and they just got in the way of that play.
And on the other side of the middle was Brody Berlowitz had worked himself open. So one of the defenders that he had brought with him had shifted off and gone to Brady Matheson. And so he actually had slipped open on the other side too. So Crooks and him both open.
One of the, I think, surefire improvements of the wide receivers this year has been their ability to run routes. And here's a deep pass down the far side. Brady Matheson with the catch, the move, and still on his feet down to the 10, getting down to the 5-yard line before eventually being taken down. In on that stop, Joseph Morgan.
He wanted that one bad. Matheson wanted to be in the end zone bad on that one. And a nice little move. He catched it. What a pass. I mean, that is a thing of beauty. He sets on it, takes off, makes a little stutter stop, makes the defender almost pass him up completely.
Yeah.
Wonder if they'll go back to him, see if he can get him a touchdown right here with 9 minutes and 29 seconds left in the first half.
Trips to the far side. This handoff to Jones up the middle. He'll fight, and behind his line, touchdown Tigers.
Boy, that line, I mean, they just push their way in and will their way. Boy, just right down the field as the Tigers are moving the ball at will, really, on McLean.
Yeah, we talk about, on punt returns and kickoff, things, possibly taking the gas off a little bit. However, some deep passes. Well, one of the things you have to do as that kick is up, penalty flags come in, offsides on the defense. I expect this will probably be declined if the kick was good.
It was.
Or declined if the kick was not good. But the quick score or the big score and the big plays, sometimes the big pass, well, that's keeping yourself in that condition of playing the game. Do what you do. Do what you do well. And it doesn't matter who your opponent is. Stick to the game plan. Stick to the basics and the things that got you so far in the year. And that's what the Tigers are doing tonight. There's a snap. That one looked almost blocked.
Yeah.
It's up and good. So 42-0, 9 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half.
McLean fires off the ball on that one, and, man, they just about get there to take that one, as you said. So Kim's Bookkeeping and Tax Service, 403 North Cleveland Avenue in Cushing. Give her a call at 918-225-1364 or email at kimkennedy@yahoo.com. 918-225-1364. That's Kim's Bookkeeping and Tax Service. Also, Clayton's Land Service, pipeline maintenance, welding, track hoe, backhoe, dozer, dump trucks, haul trucks, right-of-way clearing, weed control, mowing, sandblasting, and painting, power washing, 918-223-5801, Clayton's Land Service.
Hey, we're 9 minutes and 19 seconds away from halftime, and you'll want to stick around for this. Now, we're not sure the order of the performances. Cheer and dance oftentimes perform as well as the band. However, whenever the band performs, we're going to bring that to you live and work notes on this first half in around that performance. So if you don't see us go directly to the band, stick around.
Yeah, if the cheer goes too, we'll try to get some of them as well.
Absolutely.
Try to get as much of the halftime show as we can.
We want to get as much exposure for the students and for the grandparents and friends and family across the world.
Yep.
As that goes. Here's Matheson's kick. High end over end, taken around the 10-yard line. It'll be Nolan on the return. He'll come to the near side of the field and has a block or two, finds a little bit of running room. The ball almost stripped.
And then he found Lane Yon and who else was in on that? Jacob Kimmel? No? Yeah, Jacob Kimmel.
That was Lane Wood.
Sorry, Lane Wood, yeah.
Well, I was going to say Lane Wood had the initial contact and tried to strip the ball.
And it was Lane Yon and number 8. Why do I have such a hard time saying Kiowa Tate?
Iowa, yeah.
I really, that number throws me off. Between 9, Jacob Horn, and Kiowa Tate, number 8, that maybe we need to make it more pronounced or something. The wrinkle in there throws me off.
Well, and it's the jersey that it's 8, it's 6, it's 9. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we need to make like, hey, you can have a 9, or you can have an 8, or you can have a 6 on your team.
Not all
you can't have all 3 of them.
From the 27-yard line, first down and 10 for the Titans. 3 wide receivers to the far side. 1 single back set and a handoff straight ahead. And shooting that gap and getting in there quick was Wyatt Heisler. And was that
35?
No, okay, that was Parker, the ball carrier.
And also on that was Lennon Pollard. Kind of have the same problem sometimes when I reach in my golf bag and I think I'm grabbing a 9 and I grab a 6, then I can't remember which side the line is on that tells you it's a 6 or a 9.
See, those binocular glasses I'm working on are going to come in real handy, especially for those up-close moments on the golf course. This ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. The Titans, again, working with a single back set, 3 wide receivers to the far side. There on this near hash mark as Timms takes the snap, looks right, fires right, and that one looked like another missed route. It was a nicely thrown ball. Jones on the reception, or Jones on the coverage, almost on the reception. He made an adjustment to the pass. A wayward route or a wayward pass, either way, incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
I want to mention, I can't see who's watching or any of the comments on YouTube, but on Facebook we've got several. Matthew Ray says, good job. Ryan Kreiner watching from Killdeer, North Dakota. Also, Don Amon, Dr. Don Amon. Danny Don couldn't be here, so he's watching. Says, good job, fellas. Ty Fitchie once again watching from North Iowa. Our first bit of snowfall today. Thanks again for all you guys do. Ty, have fun in the snow.
Wow, yeah. Tim's now scrambling. He'll be wrapped up and taken down. One of them first in the backfield was Michael Cruz.
See, this is one of these funny things that happen. So on Marilyn Arthur, the comment is Ted Arthur is watching. So I think Ted has commandeered Marilyn's Facebook and is watching the play. Says, good job. Randy Brown been watching. Great job. Thanks for the broadcast. And Christy Garrison as well. Tammy Harrison Robinson. Appreciate everybody watching. Jackie Walters watching. Bria Thompson. Hey, Bria. Appreciate everybody joining in, and we'll be getting to the Big Tiger play, I'm sure, momentarily. That one, woo, bounced off of the helmet of one of the.
Now, interestingly enough, that hits off of a Titan because it was basically straight up in the air and straight back down. And they are going to give the ball to the Tigers. It bounced around a little bit and touched the Tiger. And, the Tigers will take over first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Not much. As a matter of fact, probably going to be a negative gain on the net from that punt.
As they're making a transition, I want to talk about some of the games that's going on around the league. Blanchard has Classen. They're winning 42-0. Wagner, 49-0 over Cleveland. Ada beating Stillwell, 34-0. Of course, our game, 42-0, Cushing over McLean. John Marshall beating Woodward, 22-7. But here we start getting to some of them. Bethany over Tecumseh, 28-0. But you've got Tuttle against Bridge Creek, and you've got Poto, number 2, playing a pretty good number 7 Broken Bow. Broken Bow leading 7-0 in the first quarter. Elk City playing a good Chickasha team. They're leading Elk City leading 26-7. Chickasha ranked number 10 in the state. So. Those are some things that, there'll be some changes, some games that can surprise you. And I still say Poto and Elk City are teams to watch for sure. Who's number 4, Bethany? Yeah, Bethany sneaking in there at number 4 with 5-1. a team to not be taken lightly in Tecumseh's at Bethany tonight. You can see that broadcast over on our sister network, Hub Network Tecumseh. But stay right here for Hub Network Cushing, and we'll keep you up to date on all that is happening around the league.
7:40 remaining here in the first half. Tigers starting this possession from the Titan 20-yard line. Two-back set this time. Jones and Berlowitz in the backfield, and Blaze fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Penalty flag on the play. And the signal is against the Tigers.
Coach Chisholm saying, I don't see it. I'm confused.
Possibly illegal shift.
Yeah. He's wanting an explanation over here, and I believe he's going to get one from the white hat.
Got some crowd interaction going on. 7:34.
Yeah, who can say hi? Who can say no to a baby? Cute little baby looking over here. Hey, buddy.
Got the pumpkin suit on and everything. Ready to go. Kind of scared me there. Here's Berlowitz from the snap. And he'll hand off. No, keeps it himself. Rolls to the right. Still has the ball on a quarterback run. Inside the 20, side the 15, driven out of bounds. On the stop, I believe, was McCombs.
So Berlowitz says, I'll get some of this as well.
Yeah, you know, he picks up good running yards with his legs whenever necessary. We don't usually run very many quarterback-designed running plays. However, when it's needed and whenever he has to, it's definitely one of the attributes that go in his favor. As Blaze gets out of the pocket on several occasions, still makes plays happen, either with his arm or his legs. This pass out in the flats, almost wheeled in by Crooks. The trips on that side, that play designed to kind of flare Crooks out in that flat area, and the other two Tiger guys on that side, those other two wideouts are meant to be in blocking positions. And while they did a good job with their blocks, the ball was just out of the reach of Crooks, so timing just a tick off.
Yeah.
Things you point out that you go back to film and you work on week in and week out. It doesn't matter who you play. It doesn't matter what the score is. You always want to find things that you can get better with and do up to perfection. Here's Berlowitz with the snap and the handoff to Jones. He makes his way out and fighting for extra yards. I was going to say he makes his way out around the edge. Gets just close to the 10-yard line. Looks like that's going to be to the 11-yard line. They're going to go ahead and mark that as a fourth down and maybe a foot to go. And the clock continues to run with 6:55 remaining in the first half. Tiger offense getting set. Trips to the near side. Single back set. This handoff to Jones straight ahead. He's going to pile his way forward, drive his way forward. Gain of a few on the play. In on the play for the Titans, Santana Bentley, a junior, number 77. Spot the ball at the 8-yard line, brings up first down and goal.
You know, I would have really loved to see this Tiger team in the district we were in last year with Tuttle, Bethany, Blanchard.
There's the pass to the far side and caught. Touchdown, Yount. An excellent route by Yount and an excellent pass by Berlowitz. And Yount just takes just the right time. You know, the pass is thrown just to the outside from the receiver so that Yount just has to turn his body and wheel that and pull that one in. And you couldn't ask for it to be done much better than that. So with 6 minutes and 16 seconds remaining, Matheson will try the point after. The Titans trying to get in the backfield will jump on that one. I'm not sure the advantage to accepting that penalty and moving it a little closer for an extra point kick, unless you're intending to run the ball to try for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
I think I'd just leave that alone. But in this case, there's the snap, the kick. And Matheson's kick is good. So the Tigers up 48-0, 49.
Tigers got to walk away with this. We're going to talk about a few more of our sponsors here as we talk about AKL Services at Woolfield Supplies and Services. Give them a call, 918-225-5533, or visit them at 601 East Pine Street in Cushing. Under new ownership, some of the services and supplies offered: sandblasting and welding, skid steer and Skytrack, oil field trucking and hauling, casing, pipe tanks, and more, pipe, corner, and H post for fencing, auger truck, and anchor setting. Go Tigers, have a great season, they say, at AKL Services in Cushing. Also, State Farm. Visit your local agent, Randy Robinette. Says, I'm so excited. Good news, rates just got lower. Visit him at 1614 East Main Street or 918-225-1957.
Matheson getting set to kick from his own 40. And Nolan and Parker back deep for the Titans. They will stand around their own 10-yard line. The wind has pretty much died down so far here in the first half. Matheson taking the short windup. 3 steps, the kick high end over end will be taken by Nolan inside the 10 around the 7-yard line. And he's got some speed, makes his way out, fights off 1 or 2 would-be tacklers. Across the 25, down around the 26. Can they get a number in there on that play? Look like Lennon Pollard.
I had my eyes back here with a block by Carl Peterson. Made a great block back here.
Yeah, that's Pollard at number 35.
Yes,
he'll stay out there in a linebacker position, so some of the other players on the team getting some playing time. Some guys don't have to go both ways. Timms remaining at quarterback from the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. Fires to the right side. That one's picked. That's Hilligoss. And he has a touchdown, Tigers.
All clean, no flags on the field. That is a touchdown for Hilligoss as he extends Cushing's lead with that pick 6.
And the way he read that play.
Yes, sir.
And the way that he, just read the play and jumped the route and pulled that in and was off to the end zone, he could easily be in consideration for the Blue Sky Bank big play of the game.
Yeah, I agree, and we can call it that. The Blue Sky Bank big Tiger play right there with 6 minutes left in the half as Hilligoss jumps the route, gets the pick 6, and really that's going to be, putting the nail in the coffin in this game. That's also going to allow a bunch of players to come in the third quarter. Extra point is good as Tigers extend their lead 56-0. Another fine new sponsor this year, Emily's Locksmith in Cushing. Who are you going to call when you're locked out? You can call Emily's Locksmith, 405-714-5125. Key cutting, emergency door and car door opening, key extractions, rekey locks, duplicate and original automotive keys. Emily's Locksmith. One more here, CBE Professional Group, LLP, CPAs. They say go Tigers. Income tax planning, preparation, business consultation, bookkeeping, and payroll training. Cushing, Pawnee, and Stillwater, 918-225-4126 or online at www.cbew.com.
So the Tigers so far tonight, 6 minutes remaining in the first half, have come out and done exactly as the game book would plan. Execute accurately, and they've done it on all sides of the ball. Both offense and special teams and defense.
Yeah.
This one will be taken by Parker around the 15-yard line. He'll dance a couple steps, eventually taken down by Matheson in the belly-to-belly souffle manner. Mid-South wrestling move.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. We could have very much a repeat of this next week, too, as we go to Cleveland. Those
are the games that always put me a little bit on edge until we reach this point. and I start to feel a little bit more comfortable watching the athletes on the field just play and execute. I always get nervous leading into games where teams are hungry or haven't won, or and in that case, Cleveland will have, they had last week off. They'll be playing this week, but they're looking for that first win of the year. Here, Tim's hands off straight ahead, and that's going to be Nolan. He'll find Matheson and other Tigers in on the tackle. Horn, and it looked like maybe Berlowitz in on that stop as well. Gain of 1 on the play brings up second down, 9. Spot the ball to 27-yard line. Titans have yet to really move the ball much tonight on offense. They've stayed on their end of the field most of the night. A couple punts have given them an opportunity. However, Crooks and the Tiger special teams have put that to rest a couple times as well. Here's another play blown up in the backfield. First person there, Zane Hill. He's been on several plays in the backfield for the Tigers tonight, and he's a sophomore, ladies and gentlemen, someone to keep your eye on because he's been in there most of the night. That loss will be about 4, and that'll spot the ball back at the 24-yard line, and we'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Called a loss of 3 on the play. Tim's now, single back set, 2 wide receivers, both side, split to both sides. Tim's is listed as a junior quarterback, and he'll launch this one downfield, just out of the reach. And on the coverage for the Tigers, Carlos Moncada. Nope, that's number 26, Sam Carpenter. There's those 6s and 8s again. Hey, Sam had him step for step, and Sam made a break on the ball as the ball was thrown a little inside of the wide receiver. Pass was intended for McCombs. And that will put Tony Brown back in a punt situation for McLean.
I was taking a look here at just exactly what I expected. Cleveland has lost every game thus far. They haven't found a way yet. And so, we could be seeing a complete redo of this next week. And that, sometimes that helps because everybody stays healthy. Sometimes that hurts you because you're not getting the competition you need before districts. But the Tigers seem to be taking everything in stride and making the most of every opportunity.
Well, and that goes back to that focus and that discipline and that work from week in and week out, to analyzing film, to working in the weight room, to working on the practice field, running through drills, making sure that, everything is pinpoint and sharp. That'll get you the best preparation, and that's what the Tigers have done so far this year. Jones out on a pitch to the near side. Finds plenty of running room, makes his way down inside the 40 near the 35-yard line. And out on that block, leading that block for him was Aiden Spencer, still out here far down the field.
Wow. Mickey McCombs gets a hold of him, makes the spin around tackle as a player is on the field back here for McLean. Number 70-something. I can't really say. I think it's 77 maybe.
I believe.
Santana Benton. Oh, yeah. Coach doing all he can to get that young man up off the field. He seems to be okay as Cushing's trainer comes back to the side.
He's listed as a junior and making his way off the field, so that's good. Where I was going with that was we talked at the beginning of the broadcast, we expected many of these guys to be younger players, juniors and sophomores mixed in it, and we see that from the linemen to the running backs to the wide receivers and the quarterback. A lot of these guys on this McLean team are putting together, not the end of their high school career. They're just getting started. Yeah. We certainly like to see that in the development of high school players. Here's Berlowitz. Double move, will fire to his check down. That's Matheson with the reception. Brady makes his way back. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
And Blaze Berlowitz pays for that one as Keegan Chambers comes in and lays a lick on him right as he gets rid of the ball.
Kevin Yarborough providing the coverage and the tackle for the Titans. Makes a nice tackle. The gain of 1, spots it at the 35, brings up second down 9. Bartowitz now 2 wide receivers both sides. And he'll take a 6-7 step drop, fires down the middle. A little too deep. That was intended for Brody Bartowitz. And on the coverage was Mikey McCombs. It looked like some of the Titan players were in the backfield at the end of that play. Nonetheless, incomplete pass brings up 3rd down. 3rd down and 9. 3:04 remaining in the first half. Again, if you haven't heard yet, we're going to be spotlighting the Tiger Band and other performances during halftime. And we're going to work around those performances with Votes Notes. You won't want to go anywhere, so you can catch all of the halftime show today. This pass out to Crooks on the far side. He'll make a move. Can't quite get away. Gain of about 7 on the play. And that's the RCB Bank halftime show coming up in just 2 minutes and 50 seconds. The result of the play will spot the ball around the 27-yard line. The Tigers will have a 4th down and 1. 2 wide receivers to the near side, Bartowitz and Brady Matheson. 2 additional receivers to the far side. Jones with the direct snap. He'll make his way just inside the 25-yard line. A play we have not seen yet, executed for that 1 or 2 yard gain. Bartowitz looks to the sideline like there's a question, and the direct snap to Jones is meant to throw the defense off guard.
That's exactly right. I saw number 63, Aiden Spencer, get up and, pat the defender on the back and tell him good job. Like, that's the way you play the game. Has a nice lick, man. You got a good one on me there.
And that didn't, that led off for just exactly what the Tigers needed, and that was a 1st down. This pass over on the far left side. Yount with the reception. Shakes off the would-be tackler. Touchdown, Tigers.
I believe Yount gets away with a little bit of a push there, getting some separation, but the defender was not looking back at the ball yet. So that's kind of how you get by with some of that stuff. And he didn't really extend his arms and does it just exactly like you're supposed to. Touchdown for not Tyler, but Lane Yount.
That's right. Matheson on to attempt the point after. We're coming down to the 2:02 mark. We're at the 2:02 mark, coming down to the 2-minute mark after we kick this extra point and kick off. There's Matheson's kick up and good. So with 2:02, Tigers up 63-0. And McLean Titans still looking to get something started on offense.
Quality care for your whole family. That's Cushing Family Practice, Stillwater Medical. Same-day appointments available at the new location, 2340 East Main Street in Cushing, or you can schedule an appointment at 918-725-1901. Blair Blankenship, Amber Reineke, and Dr. Colm McCauley. You can see them for all of your medical needs. Don't forget Nafy's Deli and Grill. Mama says it's nearly perfect. 918-225-3115, 600 East Main Street in Cushing. Man, I love me some Nafy's. Everything they have is good. From the soups to the sandwiches to everything in between, Nafy's Deli and Grill. For all your emergency care, visit Hillcrest Hospital. Treating emergencies like emergencies, whether it's chest pain, a broken bone, or burn, or any other sudden healthcare emergency. You have responsive, patient-centered, compassionate care at Hillcrest Hospital in Cushing.
Matheson with the short windup, and he'll kick this one from the 40. And that will be fielded by Nolan, takes it around the 10. That's Matheson in pursuit. Nolan gets out away from him, and before he's taken down, Ace Wright in on the stop. In addition to Lennon Pollard once again.
So at halftime, we'll have a few commercials as the band's getting everything set up, and we'll just run a few commercials there, and then don't worry, you won't miss a thing. We'll come back as soon as the band is ready to go.
Spot the ball at the Titan 22-yard line. That's where they'll begin 1st down and 10. 1:55 remaining in the half. That's going to be Omar Washington splitting out to the near side. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Timms in the shotgun. Nolan is the running back. Handoff to Nolan. He's met in the backfield, dropped for a loss. That's going to be Matheson.
Number 57 or 67, I can't really tell. 57. That would be Mr. Tommy Rolfe getting in the game.
Loss of 4 on the play brings up second down at 14. There's the ball spotted at the Titan 19-yard line. The timeout on the field is to the Titans.
Okay, we'll hear from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back here in a minute on the Hub Network.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
All right, welcome back to Tiger Football Live here on the Hub Network. Appreciate you joining us here as we are right back to action. Tigers leading 63-0 with 1:25 left in the half. You know, that's normally a conclusion.
Yeah, on a really, really good night.
Yeah, beautiful night.
This pass to the near side caught. That is going to be McCombs with the reception. I believe that's Sam Carpenter, number 26.
And number 35, Lennon Pollard.
A gain of about 5 on that play.
We've already seen a few players swapped out on the Tiger line, and we're going to see more, I'm sure, coming into the third quarter as we start the second half.
Tim's in the quarterback position, has wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 to the near. He drops back, fires near side. That's up for McCombs. McCombs almost pulls that one in. Carpenter on the coverage. Also on the coverage is Hilligoss.
You can see McCombs a little bit deflated coming back there, and he shouldn't be. And he's asking for someone to come in. But, man, that was a nice pass, and he's just a half a step off right there from making that.
Just in and out of his hands, 40 seconds remaining till halftime. And that'll bring up another punt situation for Tony Brown. Brown will get back he'll stand at his own 14-yard line. The Tigers have Crooks around midfield, set to return. There's the snap and the punt, and it's fair caught around the 46-yard line. That's where the Tigers will begin. Mark at the 47, first down and 10 with 35 seconds remaining in the first half, up 63-0. We have a lot of things coming your way. We mentioned RCB at the half with a lot of entertainment. In addition to this second half, we expect to see a lot of the younger Tigers play. So don't go anywhere. And if you've got friends or family, make sure to have them tune in right here to Hub Network Live at Cushing as we get set to bring you the second half of play. Berlowitz at quarterback, 3 wide receivers far side. Matheson to the near side. Berlowitz will roll to the far side, has running room, has blockers. And he'll make his way right out of bounds near the 30-yard line. You saw Blaze make that reach out with the ball just as he went out of bounds. That's something that quarterbacks can do as they go out of bounds. The ball will be spotted where the ball is, not necessarily where they are, and that can sometimes get that quarterback that little extra. Now, does it matter when you're 63-0? Not as much. When should you do it? Every single time you run out of bounds, so that when you're in that situation, it does matter. It's second nature, and on that play, it looked second nature. There'll be flags putting a stop to that play. 24 seconds remaining, first half.
So legal substitution against McLean.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And move the ball to the 26-yard line. And remains first down. 5 yards to go. Barlowitz hands off Jones. Tries the right. Ball taken away.
Uh-oh.
This will be returned if he holds on to it. Looks like he does. Kevin Yarborough with the strip and the return. And a positive thing for the Titan defense there as he makes his way to the Tiger 31-yard line. 14 seconds remaining in the first half.
So that's a third takeover for McLean. They've had an interception. They've had 2 takeaways in the game. So most positive yards they've had on that takeaway. He says Yarborough, I believe.
Yeah, Yarborough.
Yarborough.
And, you know, we talked about it in the pregame and throughout the game. You know, athletic. I mean, Yarborough has some speed.
Mm-hmm.
He was caught from behind, but, I mean, he got out to a good break and got lots of yards. And you see these athletes all over the field. It's just been timing. And you know, obviously the Tigers have outmaneuvered the Titans thus far. That pass complete to the far side of the field. That is McCombs with the reception. Makes his way down around the 26-yard line.
Hilgoss couldn't quite get off his block on the far side. And, you know, back to the previous play, here we go. Tigers winning 63-0, folks. Stay with us. We're going to hear from a few of our sponsors. Be right back with all of the band and halftime action here on the Hub Network.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Hello, Whitney. How
Hello,
are you?
John. So here's the proposal packet for the new mobile app.
As long as I'm running this thing, there ain't gonna be no mobile app.
Introducing the new mobile app, making your banking experience even easier. It's so easy, even John can use it. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
We have a
Big hands for the CHS Cheer Squad. CHS dance team, you may take the field. Ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause for your CHS dance team. CHS Bank presents this year's competition show, A Hero's Journey, which is collected from Rossini, Barkowski, Beethoven, and Braun. The CHS Bank finished this year's competition season by earning a superior rating at the OSSAA State Marching Contest on Tuesday in Uruguay. The previously finished ninth place in the Blue Gray Classic individual had earned a place in the final competition of the Oklahoma Band National State Championship for the first time in Class 4A. The pitching base staff in 2022 is Danny White, Jillian Gisilla, Taylor Langston, Ryan Smith, Robin Buckles, and Rachel Lindwell. Now presenting the final performance of A Hero's Journey, senior drum major Branson Jenkins, and the Cushing High School Marching Band.
In the beginning, A Hero's Journey is like every other day. The sun is shining, the grass is green, the birds are singing, and all is right with the world. But something happens to turn that ordinary day in the ordinary world into a story that begins with once upon a time, or on a dark and stormy night, or maybe long ago in a galaxy far away. When presented with the opportunity, a hero will decide if they have what it takes to meet the challenge, to fight the good fight, to answer the call to adventure. The hero must depart from the ordinary world as the quest begins. With companions, following a guide, or all alone, the hero will face trials and tests from within and without as the moment of crisis approaches. Our hero knows that the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. The treasure is found, but return to the ordinary world will not be easy. There may be a grand celebration, or others may never know. Where our hero returns victorious. And at the end of the hero's journey, the world is a better place, and all live a little happier. Until the next adventure.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank, serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank Pahuska.
Welcome back to Cushing Tiger football on the Hub Network, and want to thank the band. I mean, what an awesome job they did tonight. That was just a great rendition that they did, and I truly enjoyed it. I hope you did too. A lot to talk about tonight. I want to thank our Hub crew, James Caulfield, Travis Perry, along with Maya Grant up on the camera, and Natasha running the board. Without her, it would be very, very difficult to bring you a quality show that we bring every week. 63-0, the Tigers lead it over McLean Titans. I'm Bruce Vogt. It's Vogt's Notes, so let's get to it. We got a lot to talk about. We will start with the rushing. Jones, 12 rushes, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a fumble. He had that ball taken away from him right there at the closing of the first half, and nothing came of it. Time finally ran out. McLean wasn't able to push it in. Blaze Berlowitz has a couple of rushes, a 10-yard and a 15-yard, giving him 25. That's kind of uncharacteristic for him. He's usually a set-in-the-pocket type of quarterback and usually picks the secondary apart, and he has done that tonight. He has 16 passes, 172 yards, 3 TDs, and an interception in the first half. A host of receivers also. Yount, 4 catches, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matheson has 4 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Jones has 1 catch, 23 yards. Crooks has 3 catches for 13 yards. Kind of the special teams plays, and Yount had a 22-yard TD interception. Crooks had 2 long punt returns, a 35-yard and a 60-yard, both for TDs. Hilligoss, a 27-yard interception, and so there was 4 touchdowns just on special plays, defensively and on special teams. Credit the Tigers tonight. They came out with a game plan. They executed it very well. McLean yet to find an answer to anything that Cushing has, and Cushing has stepped up offensively as well as defensively against McLean. I'm watching and trying to talk at the same time, and if you know me, that's kind of impossible. Yount has 4 or 5 tackles thus far in the first half. Berlowitz 4. Crooks has 3. Heisler 3. Hilligoss a couple. Along with Carpenter, he has a couple playing back there in the secondary. Matheson with 5. Pollard with 3. Cruz with a tackle, along with Hill with 3. Want to thank the Hub Network for bringing you Cushing Tiger football. Doug Biswell and I have been conversing back and forth on text, talking about the ball game. Want to thank him for listening in. And also James Jackson. He loves the Hub Network also, both on the YouTube as well as Facebook. So once again, second half coming up with James and Travis I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank all of our sponsors. If you get a chance, just stick your head in the door, email them, text them, call them, and just tell them you appreciate everything they do for the Hub Network and the Cushing Tigers. With that, we're going to give you about a minute and a half here to get ready for the second half. I'm Bruce Vogt, and we'll see you next week.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
Show your Tiger spirit everywhere you go with the Bank of Cushing Tiger Card. Every swipe helps support Cushing Public Schools for those everyday purchases that make life so much easier. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, at the gym, at the doctor's office, or taking your pet to the vet. Use the best-looking debit card at Cushing. It's a killer way to support Cushing Public Schools. Show your spirit with the Tiger Card from Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
RCB Bank is more than a transaction. We work to make your life easier. We help build your business. We finance your dreams. We grow your legacy. We build relationships with our communities. Come in to find out why our customers always say RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Hello, Whitney. How
Hello,
are you?
John. So here's the proposal packet for the new mobile app.
As long as I'm running this thing, there ain't gonna be no mobile app.
Introducing the new mobile app, making your banking experience even easier. It's so easy, even John can use it. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
We have a help tab if you need help. We will have...
Oh, need help? I'm pretty good at this.
You are good at this.
Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska, wants you to know they are still the same friendly hometown bank. Local people that live, work, and worship right here in Cushing. Providing you the same great service, more convenient products and technology, making your local banking experience even better. A great bank, serving a great community. Bank of Cushing, a branch of Blue Sky Bank, Pawhuska.
All right, welcome back to the Hub Network, Tiger Football Live. James Caulfield and Travis Peary here on the broadcast. Bruce, bro, did you get them all in, Bruce? I didn't get to hear your post notes, all the stats, got them all in. So Got to see the cheerleaders, got to see the dance squad, got to see the band in their full regalia. I think it's the last time they're going to perform it this year, so everybody got to see that, and I hope you enjoyed that. This is a 63-0 at the half game. So we're going to start trying to call out all the players that we think will be switched out, and I see a lot of new numbers out there right now.
Well, I believe the Tigers are going to go to Aiden Spencer for this kickoff, as he's getting set to kick from his own 40-yard line. And the Titans will go deep, this time with Nolan and it looks like McCassell. Nope, that will be Aaron Wheat, sophomore, Aaron Wheat, number 20. We've seen Parker back deep most of the night for the Titans. And here's Spencer for the kickoff. Again, 63-0, Tigers lead. There's the shorter end-over-end kick taken by the Titans at the 28-yard line. Several Tigers in on the stop, starting with number 14. That's Carl Peterson with first contact.
Ace Wright, the very definition of a block in the back against him as he was sliding across, had his hands up in the air as he was sliding across on his belly like, hey, you didn't see that? And I think the referee's like, hey, 6-3-0. You're good. Get up. Let's go.
That kickoff return by K.J. Carter, a senior for the Titans. Spots the ball at the 30-yard line, first down and 10.
We were talking about halftime, not seeing G.W. Burgett out there, and sure enough, he's in street clothes on the sideline. Been a key player for the Tigers this year.
Tim's will return at quarterback, starting the second half. He has Nolan in the backfield. Two wideouts far side, and Parker in the backfield. Tim surveys the defense a little bit. He'll take the shotgun snap, hand off to Parker. He'll kick up his speed around the right side. They find some running room. Makes a few adjustments, gets out across the 40, taken out of bounds around the 42-yard line. That'll be the first down and 10 for the Titans here tonight.
Brought down by number 15, Tegan Fitchie. So, Ty, there you go. Got to see Tegan get his tackle in there.
Tegan coming from that safety position, makes his way over, and being that safety valve that he is, puts the stop. As Timms sets his offense now at the 42-yard line, first down and 10. Titans trying to make something on offense happen for the first time tonight. A handoff this time straight ahead. Nolan, the ball carrier. He'll be taken down there by Jude Rowe.
Hello, Jude.
After a 1-yard gain, spot the ball at the 44-yard line. Second down and 9.
Notice I didn't say,
hey.
Hey, Jude. I thought about it. A little bit too obvious. 6-3-0 going on here, 9:44.
I can only imagine. Here's the snap. Handoff straight ahead. Parker runs into trouble but bounces outside. Now he's got room. He making his way across midfield, eventually brought down behind from Rowe.
Brought down by Tommy Rolfe.
Yes, number 57, not 67 in this case.
Yeah, he ran into a wall of Tigers and then bounced around the outside of it. Nobody got their arms around him, so they bounced around the outside. Gets first down for the Titans. And Tommy Rolfe, as we said, in on that tackle. And Bruce is telling us that's the first time they've been across the 50-yard line.
About the ball to Tiger 46-yard line. First down and 10. Titans on the move. Now one wide receiver to both sides, double tight ends. And a pass to the right side. That's complete. And that'll be McCombs with the reception.
I think 26.
That'd be
Carpenter. Sam Carpenter.
Emerson on the stop.
Is that Emerson?
Oh, that's Harper. Sam Carper.
Sam Carpenter, yeah.
Harpender.
It's one of those. Carpenter, Harper.
They're right next to each other, 25 and 26. Sam Carpenter on the stop. Spot the ball at the 38-yard line, second down and 2. The snap, Timms looks, double move, fires downfield, has a man just out of reach.
We got a wrestling match going on at midfield between Jude Rowe and, I can't see, 68 maybe?
Yeah, the only thing that kind of concerns you about that is on a passing play. I'm not sure that, two linemen should be tangled up 8 yards down the field.
I'm not sure.
And no penalty. However,
technically, I'm not sure they were tangled up. I'm not sure they weren't both trying to get up on top of each other. So that was number 68, Anthony Bradley, and Jude Rowe trying to find the way back on their feet. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt, as the officials did.
Tim still from a double tight. This time comes in and blows it up in the background, and that looked like 55, Caleb Pierce.
Pierce was all over that one.
Forward momentum is marked at the 44, call it the 45-yard line. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 9. Wouldn't expect to see the Titans punt on this play as they're trying to get something going. Tim still with a double tight style look. 2 wide receivers. Looks right, fires downfield, going deep. That one's just over the head. Again, McCombs, the intended receiver. 2 Tigers there on coverage. Look like Fitchie and Carpenter.
Fitchie just about makes the adjustment to have a play on that one. So defense holds.
If I understand my defenses correctly, the safety is in a position to be a 2-man deep coverage or a single-man deep coverage. And in that situation, a man comes into the deep area. Fitchie's supposed to be right there as the backup. And in this case, right there with the wideout that was covering the man. So 2 Tigers doing a good job on defense. Nonetheless, 1st down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 45-yard line. Hilligoss at quarterback. He'll hand off straight ahead. That's going to be Caden Morton, the ball carrier. He'll gain 2 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 8.
I saw Morton quite a bit in the Catoosa game, and he's one of those developing players for the Tigers and showing a lot of promise. Sophomore, 5'9", 150.
There's the snap to Hilligoss. He looks downfield, fires on the right side. Ball comes loose, picked up, and further advanced. Penalty flags were down back here near the line of scrimmage. That advancement was by Carl Peterson. Carl's very fast.
I think it was Wyatt. Was it Wyatt DeLong that first received the ball and got it stripped away?
Yeah, I believe that was number 30. Both penalty.
On the tackle.
Penalty looks like it's assessed against the Tigers. Or they were offsetting penalties.
I believe they're offsetting. So the result of that is 1st down for the Tigers on the 35-yard line.
Here's Hilligoss. Got trips to the left side. He'll hand off again. Morton finds some running room down inside the 30. Makes his way close to the 25. A host of Titans in on the stop, including number 23. That's Kevin Yarborough. Yarborough had that strip earlier that went the other way for several yards. Morton hangs on, though, and gains the 1st down. Spot the ball at the 25-yard line. Trips to the far side, single wide out to the near side. Morton in the backfield. Hilligoss again hands off to Morton, almost caught from behind, makes a move, gets down inside the 20. Should spot him around the 19-yard line. And on that stop, Neo Tatum, another junior. They'll spot the ball right at the 20-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, brings up 2nd down 5. Tigers are using that clock, using the running game to maintain control of the game clock. Pass over the left side, broken up.
Intended for number 17, Mr. Lane Wood, and Washington gets a hand in there and breaks up the pass.
Good coverage by Washington as he was right with his man. And right when the ball got there, Washington knocked it away and took Wood to the ground. Hilligoss with the snap, rolls out. Looks downfield, caught in the backfield, dropped for a loss. That is Chris Richards, senior linebacker for the Titans.
You know, we saw Catoosa, Hilligoss in there, and then I think in the fourth quarter, didn't they put Roman Tucker in?
Yeah, Roman had a good run or two.
Getting to see some different looks at quarterback.
Hilligoss from the shotgun. Two wide receivers, trips to the near side, looks downfield, fires this way, and that's out of the reach. Pass intended for Carl Peterson. Peterson just a little off on the route. Certainly what you might expect to see when younger players get into the game. They don't have that timing down. They don't get as many reps in practice. However, building on positive things, building on the route running and the pass itself, different things are very positive from week to week. So you use that film, especially with these younger players, building forward, building the program, and continuing to hopefully have seasons like this one thus far. Coming down to 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Looks like a timeout on the field. That'll be a timeout, Tigers.
With that timeout, we'll talk about a few more of our sponsors here. Cushing Primary Care, Stillwater Medical at 600 South Linwood in Cushing. Good health begins with great primary care. Their new facility, and as I say, 600 South Linwood. You can give them a call at 918-1599. Walk-ins are welcome. Their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. You can go see Lisa No, Brian Hightower, Courtney Elliott, Randy Grellner, Bethany Jenkins, and Jamie Griffith. They will get you fixed up. They just honored all of them at halftime.
I believe they were honored at halftime as sponsors of the game this week.
Yes, sir.
So appreciate their sponsorship both at the Hub Live level as well as the school system and everything they do for the Cushing community.
You know what else I appreciate? Them keeping us healthy.
That is absolutely correct, especially in the times we've been through the past several years. Tiger defense back on the field. Tim's a quarterback at the 26-yard line. Has three wide receivers to the near side and fires this way. Has a reception by Parker. He'll be wrapped up immediately, spun around several times, as you can see, and brought down.
By number 14.
That'd be Peterson again.
And around and around and a spun around and spun around again, and down we go.
Usually you have to pay a token to be a certain size to ride that ride.
That's exactly right, and it has tea kettles involved. Or teacups, or a tea kettle and a cup. I don't know. Something like that.
Depends on which amusement company you're familiar with. Play clock down to 10 seconds as the Titan offense now facing a second down, 14 yards to go from their own 27-yard line. Tiger defense using many backup players, able to keep the Titans at bay on this drive. That handoff straight ahead to Nolan. Peterson helping clean it up. However, initial contact was Camden Wilson, number 41.
We have 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Don't forget, at the conclusion of the game, we'll have our post-game interview brought to you by Blue Sky Bank with Coach Morgan.
Tim's now setting the offense, three wide receivers to the far side. And one of his favorite targets tonight, Mikey McCombs, split to the near side. Nolan in the backfield. Looks like Landon Pollard at middle linebacker shows blitz and does. Tim's with the pass. That is broken up as he was well covered. Pass intended for Omar Washington, and on the coverage for the Tigers, Camden Wilson. Brings up 4th down and 8.
I believe that was number 41. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of the third. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. Be right back here on the Hub Network.
sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
All right, welcome back to Tiger Football Live here on the Hub Network. James Caulfield, Travis Peary calling the game for you tonight. Tigers leading 63-0 as we start this fourth quarter of play.
Tiger defense now. The Titans facing a 4th down and 8. They're going to go for it here. Timms gets the snap, looks downfield, fires left side. He has McCombs. McCombs makes the reception on the coverage for the Tigers. Lane Wood. Nice route by McCombs. Nice pass by Timms. And that's certainly what the Titan offense has been wishing and hoping for all evening long. Good timing, good routes, and good catches.
As Jude Rowe checks back in for number 60. I don't have a 60.
I believe this happened to us a couple weeks ago. Sometimes a parent or grandparent posts on Facebook to update the audience on who a number might be whenever it's not in the roster as we have it listed. Here's Timms. Handing off, Nolan finds room on the left side. Looks like he's eventually driven out of bounds. In on that play, Lane Wood. Dennis Nolan, and we might have mentioned he's a junior. Timms, the quarterback, is a junior. Several of these Titan players are juniors, and from a younger athlete standpoint, certainly making their presence seen on the field. As the Tigers continue to run substitutes, here's 2nd down, 5, pass to the right side, Parker. Parker makes a move and has a blocker too, gets out close to midfield. He's eventually taken down. And on that stop again is Camden Wilson.
Nate Endicott was had a hold of him, just he spins away.
Spot the ball at the Titan 49-yard line. That'll be a 1st down and 10.
So Tommy Rolfe checks out for the Tigers, and I didn't see who checked in for him. I believe it's number 59, Tyler Shelton. Trying to get as many people named as possible. Nathan Walborn on the defensive line for the Tigers as well. They're running 4 down linemen.
Here's a handoff to the right side. Nolan with the carry. He'll make his way out inside the 45-yard line.
Brought down by
Emerson Harper and
Camden Wilson. That's teamwork right there.
Gain of 8 on the play brings up 2nd down and 2. Spot the ball at the Tiger 43-yard line.
You know, largely penalty-free game. Not a lot of penalties thus far in the game. Been pretty clean.
Timms looks left side, has a receiver there, and in and out of the hands of Washington. Hey, a couple scores not about high school football. Baylor 37, West Virginia 33 with 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. I've had that text for a couple minutes, so that's probably
Baylor beating West Virginia 37
just
to
by
33.
4, yeah. And the Thunder up 95-93 in the 4th quarter over the Spurs.
Ugh. I mean, great.
It's getting to be that time of year. It's the most wonderful time. Here's the snap to Timms. Handoff Nolan. He'll get the right side and a little running room. Eventually taken out of bounds. And that's going to be Nate Endicott.
There's a lot of people that like the NBA. I am not one of them. I like college basketball. I love high school basketball.
College, yeah. That 1st down inside the Tiger 40-yard line. We'll mark it at the 38. 1st down and 10. And Tommy Rolfe coming back in for the Tigers.
Yeah, being encouraged by his coaches to get out there.
Timms with the snap, looks left side, fires across the middle.
Uh-oh.
There's a reception, and Washington makes his way, still up, touchdown for the Titans.
The shutout is broken as the Tigers get on the board. Titans, on the board. with his touchdown. The defense just kind of seemed out of sync from the beginning on that one. They find a nice seam in the middle and score the touchdown for the Titans.
And it looked like those were some of the passes that Timms has tried to fire all night. Quick, one step, drop, fire it in there on a rope, and just several of those all evening long have gone the wrong way. In some cases have gone just to the ground. In that case, went the right way for Washington. Here's a handoff to Nolan. He'll try the left side, gets in for the 2-point conversion. So 7:15 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the score is 63-7.
8.
And it is a running clock.
63-8, right? 2 point.
8, yeah, 2-point conversion. I was a little taken aside by the clock was still running.
I want to mention around the area, and we talked about Elk City being a team to watch. They're beating number 10 Chickasha 45-14 in the third quarter. Definitely one to watch out for. Podo. It's in the third quarter. Podo's getting beat by number 7 Broken Bow 21-0.
Wow.
That would change a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And if that continues, that'll be the big surprise of the night for me.
Yeah,
Broken Bow saying we're not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, Podo's one I've had my eye on for several weeks now, and they've just slowly crept up. And I've heard good things and read good things about them. So we'll see. Broken Bow can't pull that one off. Tyrone Gordon, sophomore kicker, good size sophomore kicker, number 60 for the Titans. He's getting set to kick from his own 40.
Poor Cleveland drew the short straw by getting Wagner after they got handled by Cushing last week, and they are 56-0.
Wow.
Against Cleveland.
There's the kickoff, and it will go out of bounds, which will be a penalty and spot the ball at the 35-yard line.
And no small favor to number 27, Caden Morton, as he was scrambling to try to figure out what to do with that one.
Yeah, that taking the bounce the wrong way, it would have been a live ball, and he's got an entire Titan team coming after him. And he was, I'm sure, thinking, I got to get this in my hands and get moving.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully, to his credit, let it go on out of bounds. Tiger offense returning to the field. And this will be number 7, Roman Tucker in.
Just a minute, I'm going to try to get
out on the field, timeout Titans.
Let's see if I can get my camera on this. Okay, you can see right down there on the field. Go ahead and switch over. You can see the team is having all the creative stuff going on down here as they've started stacking their helmets. All right, there we go.
Be a good time to mention that I've been an advocate for football in high school counting as an art credit for years. I think case in point. I mean, look at the plays we draw. We use X's and O's. We use arrows, lines.
Yes, sir.
It's math, it's geometry, it's art, all wrapped into one.
So there you go. Making creative plays on the field, your Tiger football team.
Tucker with a handoff straight ahead, nowhere to go this time. Looking to make sure we have that. Looks like that's going to be no. Okay, DeLong is the ball carrier. Wyatt DeLong, number 30. Yes, see it better now.
There's what it looks like from our vantage point.
Loss of 3 on the play brings up second down 13. Roman Tucker, freshman quarterback, remains at the helm. He's got DeLong. I believe that's DeLong in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, Tucker to keep, and he's met by several Titans. Number 56 leads the way, Neo Tatum. He's a junior for the Titans. Also in on the play, Keegan Chambers, a sophomore. So another loss on the play. That'll spot the ball at the Tiger 28-yard line. Brings up third down 17.
See how creative we're getting here with Tiger Football Live.
We have a microchip in the ball that the iPad will follow.
Yeah.
Here's the pass to the right side, just out of the reach. And that's going to be DeLong, the intended receiver. Titans were back in good coverage. DeLong was open, but the Titans had it covered had he made the catch. Nonetheless, result of the play is a 4th down.
I don't know who's on if it's a Jackie or Amaya on the camera, but we'll see which one got it better, me or them. We had a stacked camera on that one. I don't think it was me.
Just gut feeling, huh?
I don't think it was me.
Here's the punt. And it's a wobbly end over end that hits at midfield and takes a Tiger bounce, picked up by number 7, Joseph Morgan. And he'll be taken down by Lane Wood, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And the ball will be spotted at the Tiger 44-yard line. That'll be a Titan 1st down and 10. We are under 3 minutes now. The clock is continuing to go. It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds, as normally would be timeouts and things.
Yeah.
But with the score the way it is, the officials and coaches, I think, normally have to agree on that.
They do.
And they do in a lot of cases just to give younger guys a chance to play, but not to drag things out. And the last thing you ever want in a lopsided game is for injuries and things to occur. So certainly trying to go this last 2.5 minutes without something like that occurring, both for the Titans and for the Tigers. We'll get ready as Tim's still a quarterback. We'll get ready to bring you the Ortho Oklahoma game wrap-up. It'll be a false start on the field, and James will make his way down to the field to have the Blue Sky Bank post-game interview. The clock will start running again, 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Stick around a few more minutes, folks. We'll have that interview and a little bit of that post-game wrap-up for you as the Titans now from the 49-yard line. There's the double move, the pump fake, and the pass just in between the wide receivers. You had Woodson and McCombs downfield, and the ball landed between the two. Either one of them could have made a break on the ball. However, both of them might have thought it was intended for the other person. Clock continues to run under 1.5 minutes. Titans hurry back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down 10. McCombs and Woodson near side. Looks like Parker and, well, Parker split to the far side. Nolan gets the handoff. He'll make his way out of bounds after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Spot the ball at the Tiger 47-yard line. Well, they're still moving around a little bit. Call it the 48. Gain of one on the play brings up 3rd down. Under a minute to play at this point. And Timms gets the ball, fades back to 2-step drop, quick fire. Far side. And on the stop for the Tigers, Sam Moyer. That'll be 4th down and 11. Spot the ball at the Tiger 45-yard line. I don't believe the Titans will try to run another play as, well, they are. They're coming back out. They just had a quick huddle on the sideline. There's 15 seconds remaining. This will be 4th down. Most definitely the last play of the game. As Timms, standing right at midfield, gets the snap, looks right, fires right. Caught by McCombs. McCombs trying to keep his feet, trying to outmaneuver a few Tigers. Good catch, good move, good run. He's brought down by number 28. That's Carlos Moncada. And that'll be the ball game. Your Tigers victorious 63-8. And we start putting this one in the books with the Ortho Oklahoma game wrap-up as James makes his way downfield for the Blue Sky Bank post-game interview. You've been listening to that live right here on Hub Network from Odell Field. We'll be back for that post-game wrap-up in just 1 moment. Stay with us. As the Tigers gather at midfield, James will make his way out for the interview. We'll mention a few things here in the wrap-up from this game. The Tigers come into tonight undefeated and stay that way, top the class rankings, and most inevitably will stay that way as well. And the key to any season like this, most coaches will tell you, is focus, determination, and discipline. And the Tigers work from week in and week out, no matter who they're playing. The conversation with the coaching staff has been to focus on those three things and to do what we do and to do it well. And thus far, the Tiger offense has been too much for their opponents to handle, as the Tigers are, scoring in the 40s, 50s, and 60s in every game. And they make it look easy. However, in understanding football and what happens on the field, you prepare for an opponent, and that opponent may be extremely worthy, and they may have mostly wins, and they may only have 1 or 2 losses. We'll go ahead and kick it down to James with the post-game interview.
All right, James Coffelt with the Blue Sky Bank post-game interview. Coach, these are tough games because you don't know how much to leave your teams in, how much to swap them out, and you're taking a risk on getting people hurt, but you still have to play the game.
Yeah, whenever you get out to a lead like that, it's always tricky of when and how you do it. It's at the end of all of it, though, it's great. Everybody got on the field tonight. And, again, you talk about all aspects of our game. We did a couple things offensively. We wouldn't have liked to have done some holding penalties, some turnovers there, but our defense obviously made up for some of that today. Playing very complimentary football on both sides, and it's showing.
I also saw some pretty creative plays going on tonight as well.
Yeah, they're – hey, girls, they are definitely – running the plays well, and effort-wise is what shows up most to me right now. The effort plays are awesome. Camden Crooks probably could have returned every punt to the house tonight, but we had to run some offense as well. So just all around great effort.
So you go a game like this, and you go right back to another game like this next week in Cleveland. How do you keep everybody focused on times like this?
I think whenever you have a goal like these guys have in the long run, sometimes it can be tricky, but I think they all look at themselves in the mirror and they know we want to push forward and get that goal, and you got to take care of these. So got a little bit longer break here, which is much needed, week 7. So they'll take a few days off here, and we'll come back Monday and get ready for Cleveland.
Just in case you didn't know, Elk City beating Poto 21-0 right now.
Okay.
Interesting as things shake up. Hey, Coach, great win.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
And that will be our Blue Sky Bank post-game interview with Coach Morgan. And just to finish wrapping up our game wrap-up, sponsored by Ortho Oklahoma, you heard Coach talk about there the determination, the focus, and the drive, and it all focuses around being a goal-minded, goal-oriented team. And that's certainly what we've seen the Tigers do so far. And, as you do listen to and think about things, things have to fall in place and things have to happen. And one of those things is injury. So the Tigers coming out of tonight, as far as we know, without any major injuries. And when those things happen as well, having players ready to go and lots of players having experience on the field during games like this help make up for those opportunities that might come down farther down the line. So from a standpoint of evaluating Tigers doing what they do, doing it well, coming into tonight and handling business tonight. Next week we'll face Cleveland on a normal Friday night game. We will be at Cleveland right here on Cushing Hub Live to bring you that game. You won't want to miss a thing from pregame to postgame, from interviews to halftimes. And ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you being a part of our broadcast this evening. We appreciate all of our sponsors. And on behalf of myself, James Coffell, Natasha Kemp, Jackie Vanderpool, and Amaya Grant, and Bruce with Votes Notes, we appreciate you joining us and hope to see you next week right here live on Cushing Tiger Football on the Hub Network.